Welcome to the Best Things Podcast. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to follow us on all the socials at Best Things Pod as well. Now, here are your hosts, Craig and Aaron.
Hello, Internet. Welcome into the Best Things Podcast. My name is Craig. Sitting along next to me, as always, chilly as the day he was born, Aaron Brooks.
Chili with beans.
The beans threw me. Sorry. I wasn't expecting beans.
I do remember the day I was born. How
you say
cold.
this often.
I do. And it is true. Somebody sent me a thing recently that talks about how there are some people, science has now proven that some of us actually do remember
How does science
our birth.
prove that?
Don't question science, okay?
That's what we're supposed to question science sometimes.
Don't question it.
Like, I mean,
Don't question
the only
it.
way I can imagine that you could prove somebody knows what's going on when they're born is like they get birthed and then they never hear the story of how they were born, never see a picture, never see a video, nothing like that. And then like at the age of like 6 or something, say, do you remember when that happened?
The day I was born, as Craig mentioned, was very cold. There was snow on the ground. The pipes in our house were frozen over. It took extra work for my mom to get dressed, put her makeup on to make the hour-plus drive to the hospital wherein I was birthed. There were many people in the hallways that were cheering as I entered the world. A roar erupted in the crowd, as I recall.
Aaron.
It was something to that effect.
I'm sorry. Having now, being a father and going through that process with Lauren, if you remembered your birth, you would never be able to look at your mom the same way. I'm sorry. There's 0% chance that I would be able to look at my mom the same way as I do right now. Welcome into the show, everybody. I bet that's not what you expected to hear as you clicked on a episode talking about fast casual restaurants, casual dining. We realize there's a difference now.
Yes.
But welcome to the show. We're glad that you guys are here. Today we are revisiting adjacent, a topic that we have covered a little bit in a different way before. I think it was last year we did an episode. It was a worst things episode, if I remember right.
Okay.
And we were just really angry at the price of fast food.
Yes, fast food value.
And how it has become one of the worst things. Like it makes no sense almost to go eat fast food on a regular basis. You can't just go get an easy, quick, cheap meal anymore.
No, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
We talked about places like Subway, where you may spend upwards of $20 for a sandwich.
Ridiculous.
Subway sandwich.
Yeah, a Subway. This is not some artisan sandwich. I mean, if you go to McDonald's or Taco Bell, any of these places, just you and your spouse, or let alone feeding a family of 4 or more, you're going to drop $25, $30, $40.
I remember, I think it was in that episode, we gave you the statistics. Go back and find the episode.
Yeah.
Maybe we can drop a link to it or something. But we talked about something like a McChicken had, I don't remember, like 194% increase in price.
It was ridiculous.
In the last 3 or 4 years, since 2020, basically.
Right. Yeah. So today we're gonna shine a light where a little light needs to be shined on, and we're gonna talk about these casual dining restaurants, because I think we said probably in that episode that it almost makes more sense to go to a sit-down place like a Chili's or something where you're getting a better value. And it turns out we are not the only ones that feel that way.
No.
This is a national thing that's happening, this wave. You came across a YouTube video.
Yes, that's what got me to thinking about it. This video popped up in my feed from Food Theory. You can go watch it about kind of the rise of people going back to Chili's, Applebee's, fast casual dining chains again. And I told Craig that just a few days ago, I had this same exact conversation with some other friends about how ridiculous the value of fast food is compared to the value and the quality
Quality is a big thing.
that you can get now at the, if I'm getting, because that was the advantage to fast food. We knew
Right.
the quality was lower.
Exactly.
But if I'm saving 50%,
Yeah, if you're going to save the money,
then I might try
I'm
it.
okay. But
If it's apples to apples now, why?
why in the world would you go there? So yeah, I mean, you're part of the value equation is quality. And so if you're talking about, I get a better product for a cheaper price, that should be a no-brainer for us. So we're going to dive into that today. We're gonna talk about these different restaurants, and I don't know if we'll do similar to what we did last time. We go into their menus and kind of dissect. A lot of them have big menus, so that may be harder to do. But we don't know where this is going to lead us quite yet. But we're gonna find a path to figure out what is the best casual dining restaurant. We of course have our Taco Bell right there, which maybe we should rename it after this episode and not give Taco Bell the credit anymore.
You're in danger, Taco Bell.
Who else has a bell in there? Maybe we should call it the Cheddar's chime. Before though we get into thing about things and things, I'm going to do a segment we have not done in a minute.
Oh, a brand new segment.
Not brand new.
Oh, okay.
Just it's been a minute. We're gonna read. We got a fresh out the oven, hot to the touch Apple Podcast review, and I'm glad you saw it because I didn't even notice it until you sent it to me. But we're gonna give a shout out to Change for the Better 2025.
Thank you, Change.
5 stars. 5 stars. Nope, that's the wrong one.
That's the wrong one.
Yeah, 5
There
stars.
it is.
5 stars. So thank you for that 5-star review. I will say the reviews, they say it helps.
They say
So,
that
thank you.
January happens to be our 5-star review month. We are continuing this from.
It's been like a 3-year adventure we've been on here. If you don't know what we're talking about, longtime listeners probably know. But back in the day, this used to be. We tried really hard to drum up the reviews by making it a big deal, and we got nothing. But thank you, Change for the Better 2025. A 5-star review. Just discovered this pod, so you must be a newbie. So thank you. You got 126 plus episodes that you can catch up on. They say fantastic. I think there are no ads in this podcast. You are right about that. And that's totally on purpose.
Yes, yeah.
Rare and hard to come by. The boys immediately jump into the podcast about talking about the birth of Aaron, which is another rare thing these days. Overall, the episodes are all entertaining. You have not listened to our Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade episode, then you can just skip that one. I've had them back to back and never have to worry about skipping parts. Good job, both of you. I will continue to listen. So,
Thank you, Change for the
thank
better.
you for the review. We very much appreciate it. Anytime people say good things about us is a win.
And I know we've picked up several new listeners recently.
Yeah.
I still have friends who are like, hey, I didn't know you did a podcast.
Yeah.
I just found you randomly. So, I'm not a big self-promoter.
No, neither one of us really are.
It might help us if we did that.
Probably would.
So if you're out there, thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing.
Yeah, follow us on almost all the socials. This is coming
Whatever
out-
social media is available on the day that you are listening to this.
Yeah, this
okay?
is coming out Monday, so there's
We don't know
no
what
telling.
platforms
Yeah.
are there.
Listen, it's no secret. TikTok is the social media platform we get monetized on. That's probably our biggest following. Who knew we would be TikTokers in the year 2025, but here we are. So help us out a little bit. There's not a lot of people that know us outside of TikTok. So go follow us on the different socials that are out there, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. It helps us. And then spread the word about the pod. Word of mouth helps us tremendously as well. Okay, enough self-promotion. It makes us uncomfortable. Let's dive into the things.
Before we can figure out the best thing, we have to talk about all the things. It's time for the thing about the things.
All righty then. We're going to talk casual dining restaurants. Now, when I think of casual dining, they had their moment. It feels like peak casual dining was probably what, 80s, 90s?
I would really say the 90s.
90s, maybe early aughts a little bit.
Back when you felt like going to Olive Garden
Was a big deal.
was a big deal.
It was a
you going to Red
big
Lobster
deal.
was
Yes.
It's our anniversary. We're
Yeah,
going to
exactly.
Red Lobster.
Well, then America started becoming a foodie culture. Like, we got snobby a little bit. And, I mean, kind of rightfully so. Like, I mean, there are better options out there. Now, we're not discounting your I mean, honestly, and I still probably do prefer your local spots, your handcrafted, your artisan, your fancier, your niche, that kind of stuff's always still great. I would much rather prefer to go to a local spot. Like, if I'm on vacation, I'm not going to a chain.
If you have a local Italian restaurant, the chances are it's better than Olive Garden.
Absolutely. But we are comparing for the purposes of today's episode, we're comparing those national sit-down chains to fast food, because whereas there used to be 3 distinct tiers of restaurant. You had your fast food, bottom tier, cheapest, you know what you're getting, consistent, it's not going to be the best food, it's like you said, cheap, fast, good, good enough. Then that middle level was your fast casual dining. This is where your Chili's, your TGI Fridays, your Buffalo Wild Wings. This is Cracker Barrel. That's where that lived. And then you had your fancier ones. These are the date nights, the really candlelights and fancy and tartars and filet mignons, that kind of stuff. That water has gotten very muddy now in a lot of different ways.
A lot of murk is out there.
But when you zoom in on the two we're talking about today, fast food and fast casual or casual dining, they're murkier than ever.
Yeah.
And the reason why we're talking about this comeback has to do with, like, millennials. We ditched the Olive Gardens and stuff like that because there were better options that were fairly comparable with price.
Yes.
But even those now have been elevated just above, and your casuals are starting to sink that. So it's just a weird spot to be in for people like us who remember, like you said, going through both phases where Olive Garden was a fancy night out, and then I don't want to go to Olive Garden. Right. We've even said on this pod we've trashed Olive Garden food.
We have. And let me tell you, I was given an Olive Garden gift card for Christmas, and I got excited about it. I was like, man, I haven't had Olive Garden in a hot minute. So I can't wait to get some breadsticks and salad again.
Who knew?
I'm ready. Look, I'm ready to love and get hurt again. Okay?
All right. You have some information? You got a place to start with this?
There's a lot of information. There's a lot of statistics. There's a lot of numbers that could be very boring. Okay. You can really get bogged down. It's interesting to look at if you're data people and if you're nerds like that. We'll try to cut through some of that and give it to you in layman terms.
Okay.
Rather than, speaking like industry insiders.
Yeah, because we are definitely not that.
No. We'd like to be. I've always wanted to be an industry insider.
Would love to be.
Nobody's ever asked me inside, though. So I'm just out in the cold.
If anything, they are purposefully keeping us out. Then let's just, if we don't have numbers, let's just talk about we want to start with some of our favorites or the ones that we see moving the needle.
Yes, that's what I was going to say is you can go look at the menus yourselves. You see some of these ads. This is what kind of sparked my conversation with some friends a couple weeks ago was some of the ads that you see for some of the meal deals that you're getting at Applebee's, Chili's, places like that are about the same exact price. I think I saw the average Big Mac meal is $9.29. Applebee's had a deal for...
Can we just sit in that for a minute? Because that is ridiculous.
Ain't it, though? Oh. $9.29. Applebee's had been running a deal. I don't know if they may still be doing it, but it was burgers, fries, and a drink, and maybe something else. $9.99. And the burger you were getting was significantly bigger and better than what you're going to get in a Big Mac. Chili's has that 3 for me deal, and I think they've got a burger that's 10-something bucks. You go to really any fast food chain and order their premier combo, their number one, Whopper, Big Mac, Whataburger, whatever it is, you're looking at $10.
At least, yeah. And Chili's, if you order in their app, I do know this, you can get free chips and salsa.
Yes.
Every time.
Yes. Some of your rewards are a lot better at places like that. And they're not all that slower sometimes
Honestly,
than
no.
some of your fast food places are. So it's a little bit of a nicer experience.
I mean, that's what I will tell you. If you're hunting for good value, okay, instead of just defaulting to fast food, all of them have apps now too. So you got Chili's has an app and Cheddar's, they all have apps now. So before you hop in a drive-through, pull up your phone, open up an app, see what's there to order ahead, and a lot of them have the parking spaces. They'll bring it out to you, and it's just as convenient now. They've leveled the playing field completely. And I'm wondering, I mean, we have seen, since our episode on fast food value came out, we have seen Sonic rolled out a $2 menu. Yep. McDonald's is bringing back their value menu. So we're seeing some even Subway is coming out with a $6 foot long, or $7 maybe. So we're seeing some change happening at the fast food level. So maybe America is healing. I don't know.
I think that they realize that they pushed too hard.
Yeah, because they're still making record profits. It's not like they were hurting.
Exactly. They just kept jacking the price up, and now in the past 4 years, all of the stats are showing that Americans, particularly millennials and Gen Z, they're saying, okay, we don't want that anymore.
The fast food places were making record profits, but these casual sit-downs are the ones that were hurting.
Yes.
And I think the reason why we may be seeing the resurgence is not that they have changed much, but we have finally changed. We've caught on to that, maybe they do have some good value. So shout out to the ones that are trying to... let's talk about Red Lobster for a second, because Red Lobster is one of those that's making a comeback. They're trying some new stuff. They're simplifying menus. You know, they came on hard times. They got a lot of flack. Apparently, the internet
Lost
rumor.
A bunch of, too much shrimp was eaten.
Yeah,
right?
the whole internet rumor was that they did unlimited shrimp, all you can eat shrimp, and that was their demise. That's not true, everybody.
I did have one friend that I think contributed greatly to that. I think
because for every person who can eat their body weight in shrimp, you've got somebody like my wife who's going to eat probably less than a normal portion would be, you know, and just go, I'm going to get this for the option, but like they're going to order maybe one more little serving, you know, it's just not going to be that much. But man, their biscuits, their Cheddar Bay biscuits are so good.
Did we name that the best of something at one point?
I feel like we
did we had
free bread episode.
Free bread. Is that what it was? Okay.
We did a free bread episode.
That's going way back in the archives, I feel like.
I have heard you no longer have to order that. With the new and improved Red Lobster, as soon as you sit down, you'll have it. And much more, too. So you don't have to pay or anything for extra.
So they're not bringing 3 biscuits to 4 people now.
They're not doing that anymore.
And everybody's just like, okay, who's going?
Which is smart. I mean, if they're hurting financially, that is brilliant. That's the cheapest thing they offer. It's the thing people are going there for anyway. They're not, again, you're not going to Red Lobster for the greatest lobster tail you've ever had. Most people are going to Red Lobster for the fried shrimp basket and some Cheddar Bay biscuits. So when you understand your purpose, this is just a good life. This is a spiritual lesson. This is a good life lesson for everybody. When you understand your purpose and pursue that, you will be successful. Preach it, white boy. Okay. Yeah. So all of the restaurants can fall in line with that. You know, Ruby Tuesday is one that, you know, has fallen on hard times, but you know, they were kind of known for burgers. And so lean into the burger game. So there's a whole bunch of them out there. Do you have a list you want to go on?
Okay, I've just got a list of what are believed to be the top 20 casual dining chains.
Okay.
So, you know, I don't know if you want to go through those or not.
I have asked our friends over at ChatGPT, our AI friend, to give me. I asked for last year. Apparently, that data is not available yet this early in 2025. So I have 2023's fastest growing chains. So we can kind of compare a little bit, probably.
Sure. Well, what's fast growing?
I mean, in my mind, when I think it's the rate of growth from the previous year.
Okay.
So, for example, Dave & Buster's is number one on this list. They grew 14% from 2022. Okay. So you're seeing expanding. You're seeing expansion there, yeah. So that's an example of it.
Let's talk then about Olive Garden. We've mentioned them. Are they on that list? Are they growing?
They are. They're not on this list.
They're not on that list?
They're not on the list.
I feel like I have seen Olive Gardens.
I have too.
Are you sure they're not? They're right there.
Oh, they are. They're number 5. They're high up on that list.
They're way up on the list. Okay. So Olive Garden is doing well.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks that, they went away from the whole when you're here, your family deal.
Yeah.
We need to get back to being a family.
Well, I think they got away from it and they're seeing their sales grow. So people don't want to be part of families anymore. We don't want to be part of your family. But I think, again, when people realize this is not the most authentic Italian food that's out there, this is not, when they fully accepted who they are and what they do.
How long has it been since you've been to the OG?
It's pretty recent.
Okay.
I've probably been to one within the last 6 months.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. It's been years for me. So I don't have a fresh experience.
Yeah.
Is it any better than you remember it being in recent years?
I mean, no. I will say this, it's solid. I think the experience has gotten better. I do know the one that I frequent when I do go, it feels like they have freshened up and cleaned up some stuff, because that's another thing too, because of the shift away from casual dining places for a while during the late 2000s all the way up until recently. A lot of these places didn't do a lot of updates. So they looked outdated. They looked grimy. They looked dusty and like the carpet stained. So I will say, since I have been, the couple times I've been last year, it does look fresher. It does look like it's been cleaned up a little bit and decluttered, because a lot of these also historically had knickknacks everywhere and stuff that could get dusty and grimy and just kind of
fake green plants hanging around
everywhere. And apparently I just watched there's a great series on History Channel. If you're into documentaries and stuff, there's a series called The Food That Built America.
Ooh, and yes.
I just watched the one where they were talking about TGI Fridays and restaurants like that. And I didn't realize this, but the whole reason why there's knickknacks on the walls at places like Fridays and Cracker Barrel is to keep people's attention. So from the time you sit down to order and stuff like that, I guess this probably worked way better back in the day, but that you have stuff to look about and talk about. Of course, this was before cell phones and you could just get on your phone and look at Instagram. So I guess the theory was gives you something to look at so you don't think it's taking as long as it is to get your food. Oh, look at that boat oar. I wonder what boat that's from. Or look at that newspaper clipping, So apparently that was the reason. But Olive Garden, it's still the same solid, the food is, you're not going to walk away from it going, man, that may be the best pasta I've ever had in my life. But you're going to go, hey, it tasted good. It was salty, salt, acid, fat, and heat, right? It was salty. It was good. It was filling. The breadsticks are great. The salad was good as soon as I picked off that big olive,
The olive is part of Olive Garden.
I'll go to the garden, but I'm not eating an olive.
While you're talking, I'm just perusing their menu.
Getting hungry?
I got to say, I don't feel like this is, if you're looking for value, I still don't think this is the place to go.
Is it not?
I'm just looking at classic entrees like chicken parmesan's almost, it's over $20. The tour of Italy, 22 and a half. Lasagna, $18.50.
Look at the tour of Italy, what you're getting, though.
I get that.
You and Erica could share that.
We could, but I'm also thinking of Fazoli's. I think Fazoli's has the better breadstick. I need to go try Olive Garden again to see what their quality is.
It's the same as what you remember.
But the quality of
Depends on when you go.
that's probably true. The quality of Fazoli's in my mind, because I've had it recently, wasn't that much different than I remember Olive Garden being, and I think the value was significantly better at Fazoli's. So I don't know. I'm just looking at this. I'm thinking, okay, if I'm trying to find that great value for the casual dining, I don't know that
Not
this
at
is
Olive
it.
Garden?
I don't think this is I'm not taking this on my board
I forget
as
we're doing that.
'cause
No.
What are we doing? We're naming the best.
Do we want to do just best casual dining, or are we looking at best value? I don't think we can be. I don't think we can bracket best value because it's just kind of binary, right? So it'd have to be just kind of which one we like
The most.
Yeah.
Sure, I think that's it. But part of it's also got to take in account
I think value has. Yeah, I think
it's a factor.
That plays.
It's got to be part of the metric that we consider.
You know what Italian place I miss? There are two, and I don't know if they still exist anymore.
Can I guess?
Yes, you can.
Johnny Carino's.
That is a big one. I love Johnny Carino's. Their chicken nachos. Again, this is not like an Italian thing. Their chicken nachos were so good. Wonton strips. I mean, they were just delicious.
Is it open in Little Rock still, or did it?
No, it's been gone for a while. Yeah.
Oh,
Johnny Carino's. I think I saw one in Florida a couple years ago when I was there, but I have not seen.
what about Carrabba's?
Ooh, I forget about Carrabba's. They were tied together.
I don't know.
you kinda-
I feel like I saw them on the same gift card sometimes.
Right,
you know,
yeah.
if you got one of those multi-gift cards.
The other one is Macaroni Grill.
Never had it.
Macaroni Grill was great. That was the fancier of the three.
Okay.
I guess Carrabba's was also in Little Rock, but so of the four. But Macaroni Grill, the vibe was so nice. It was just it was very open and the best word to describe is light. Like it wasn't heavy with decor and all this kind of stuff. And the food was just a little bit better, I thought. But Macaroni Grill was also very, very good.
I don't know why I chose to start with Olive Garden. I asked ChatGPT for the top 20 casual dining restaurants in America. They listed them number 2. And it doesn't give me why they chose them to rank that way, and I didn't ask it. So they came in number 2 on that list for whatever that's worth, but they are the 5th fastest growing
Fifth fastest in
the last year.
Yeah, in 2023.
In the last 2 years.
What else is on that list then? I'll tell you if it's
Well,
fast.
I'll give you number 1 since I just chose to skip it for some inexplicable reason. That is Applebee's.
Oh, okay.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
It is the 16th. It was the 16th fastest, which was actually not growing at all. So
Okay.
it actually lost 1% of its stores.
Our most local Applebee's, I think, it shut down.
It closed about a year and a half ago. Yeah.
I don't know if we have an Applebee's.
I don't know.
I don't know if Conway does.
I don't remember one. No. Oh, well, there might be one actually.
I've wanted to go to Apple because they had that for a while. They were doing that boneless, all you could eat boneless wing deal that was like $10.99, $11.99, something like that.
I've always enjoyed Applebee's.
I wanted to go. I know that they are trying to get people back in with that burger deal that they did have going on.
Applebee's. I used to love the riblets.
Yes.
Those riblets were delicious.
Do they still serve riblets?
That's a great question. I haven't been in a minute, so I don't know.
Tempted to take Applebee's on your list?
Not. I'll see where we go. But so there's one in El Dorado or El Dorado. There's one in. This is just for the Arkansas people. Sorry, Benton, El Dorado, Hot Springs, Rogers, Springdale, and West Memphis.
Okay, so Benton is the closest one to
Benton
us.
would be the closest. Yeah.
So they are sort of disappearing.
They're a little bit. Yeah, I feel like there was one in Conway at one point. So I've always been a fan. I've always liked Applebee's. You know, I've never had beef against them. I've always thought they were good.
It looks like they do have some value
Okay.
deals going on. No restaurants nearby. Come on.
You know, whenever you're talking Chili's, Applebee's, TGI Fridays, and even back, there was a season where like Ruby Tuesday was in there. They kind of shifted their menu, but like those three are pretty much the same for the most part. Wouldn't you agree? Chili obviously leans a little bit more Southwestern, but
Okay, they have this thing called the really big meal deal at Applebee's. $9.99. You can get their new big cluckin' chicken sandwich or a classic bacon cheeseburger, fries, and a drink. $9.99. You can choose from their like that chicken sandwich looks like I want to try it.
It does look good. I mean,
They also have a grilled one, bacon cheeseburger.
Professional photography,
It is, but if the chicken is anything like it resembles on their website, it looks good. So they've got their chicken sandwich, grilled chicken sandwich, bacon cheeseburger, classic burger. You got 5 items for $10. That's not bad.
Yeah.
And then they have little fancier option sandwiches for $12.99. So that, really big meal deal.
They also I can see here there is a.
They got a 2 for $25.
Okay, that it had 2 for $2X. I guess depending on where you're at.
I bet so. So you get an appetizer.
Yeah. Appetizer and an entree.
And an entree. And it's one of those deals where some of the ones add money to it. So they have a chicken tender plate, cheeseburger, burger, Fiesta lime chicken.
Which I'm not mad at that.
Choose from.
If there is a base and you can get something nicer, I mean, and that's something you can't really do at a fast food place.
For $5 extra, you can make it a riblet platter.
Oh, wow.
So they do have it.
They still have the riblet.
But there is the option for a 2 for $25 deal. Not bad.
No. I mean, neither one of those options are, that really big meal deal is basically fast food.
Yes.
It's a fast food burger place, and I bet money that's going to be a better burger than you're going to get at Burger King.
I would be shocked if it's not. And then they have exclusive deals and stuff like that you can sign up for and find on the app. So
yeah.
I am.
You tempted?
I'm tempted, but since we don't have one, I can't put it on there.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold it against them a little bit.
What else you got? And I'll tell you how fast it's growing.
Chili's.
Going for it.
I'm putting it on the board.
Okay.
Chili's. Let's see. I think I want Chili's number 2.
Okay.
I'm not sure what might be better than Chili's, but there might be something that's better on this list. So I'm going to reserve spot number 1.
Chili's, I can tell you this, is the 14th fastest growing. They grew 1% in 2023. Now, again, this is a year-old data. Just over a year-old data.
They've got about 1,600 locations in the U.S.,
which
I feel like in Arkansas, they're more plentiful.
That's great.
Applebee's, this says, has 1,500.
This means they have grown 400 locations since 2023.
Really?
So, because this has them at 1,200, just over 1,200.
How many does Applebee's have?
Applebee's had when did I say? Gosh, I can't. There it is. 1556.
Okay, this said over 1,500.
Okay.
And this says around 1,600. So
yeah. So
Applebee's feels like it's still just staying there.
Yeah.
Chili seems like it's growing.
Well, like I said, Applebee's and that was down 1%. So if you're hovering around 15, you probably closed, a couple dozen stores.
What millennial does not remember? I want my baby back, baby back,
baby back. I want my baby back.
Maybe the best food commercial of the 90s.
Definitely, probably the best food theme song.
Yeah, it's great. Even made its way into one of my favorite episodes of The Office.
That's true.
One of the great Office episodes. That's a shout out to another review that I saw last night to the podcast. Somebody mentioned how I have the ability to bring up The Office a lot, so I thought I'd work it into this episode.
Chili's is great. I mean, I will give it its roses. It does a great job at what it does. When they first came to town years ago, I remember we would go there a lot, and I don't go there nearly as much, but I mean,
I don't either.
Again, I am guilty just like other people where I associate a casual sit down as more expensive than fast food. And that's just something we got to get out of our heads.
We got to get it out. One thing I do remember about Chili's is it feels like, as far as places and their menus go, this place changes their menu.
Yes.
More than my wife changes her outfits. Okay. You can go 1 week and the next week it'll be a completely different menu that they've got.
But their staples have remained consistent.
They have.
I mean, you're talking the chicken crispers. Now, when they added the crunchy, crispy chicken crispers, I don't know why they decided to do that. Thankfully, they still have the OGs, the battered, instead of the breaded. But the OG chicken crispers, man, they were so unique. I remember that.
Yes.
They were different.
They were different. This chain is one that me and a couple of my buddies were talking about the other day, and this is what got us started on this subject, and that was this 3 for me deal.
Yep.
Being one of the best. And then one of them said the triple dipper, he thinks, is the best menu item in casual dining.
It's hard to argue. I mean, as far as an appetizer goes, it is hard to argue with that.
He says he gets it as his main dish.
I mean, that's true too, but I mean, there's no, it's not necessarily the healthiest main dish.
Okay. Let's just put a caveat in here that says this isn't like, what did we look up the other day? And I was like, wait, are you looking at one of those menus where it's like...
That is the most deceiving thing on the internet when you go looking for fast food or food information, a top list, and you inevitably will get at least one link that says, here are the top 25. And you're like, who in the world puts Panera at the top of their, best sandwich? And it's healthy. They're talking about healthy foods. Which I don't think Panera necessarily is healthy. That's the first place I could think of.
We're not ranking this on its health, okay? That's out the window. Which, if you're trying to decide between getting a Big Mac meal and something else, you probably don't care about
I mean, the triple dipper is $16.
Okay, that's what I was going to say, is the triple dipper I like, but I told him, I said, I feel like it doesn't have the value. You're not getting any sides with it.
I mean, that's true.
You're just getting
that's absolutely true, yeah. But, I mean, that's going to fill you up more.
You think?
I mean...
Just buckle up, okay?
Here, I want to let you know the options. This is what comes with the triple dipper, okay? These are included in the price for there's no extra charge. Southwest egg rolls, Nashville hot mozzarella sticks. I didn't know that was a thing. Nashville hot chicken crispers, honey chipotle chicken crispers, which are fantastic, fried mozzarella, crispy chicken crispers, and then you have an assortment of wings. You can get house barbecue, honey chipotle, or buffalo. Extra cost, bone-in barbecue, bone-in honey chipotle, bone-in buffalo, and then big mouth bites, which are underrated, also included. So, I mean, you get buffalo, boneless wings, big mouth bites, and the mozzarella, or not the mozzarella sticks, the egg rolls. That's going to fill you up.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
You're going to walk away from that full.
I'm sure you will. But they have...
And free chips and dip on the app. So there's your side. Not a vegetable
is that
to
always
be seen.
available?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Join My Chili's Reward and get...
That is, you have to join their
free chips and salsa every dang time.
Yeah. You have to join their program.
This must be something that's new, because I don't feel like I remember this in the...
We did it during COVID.
What?
Yeah. It's been around for a while.
Really?
Yeah. You do have to join the rewards. So there you go. You can get that and chips, and you get a bunch of chips in that bag.
And you're just talking in the to-go space.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know if you can do it dining in. But when I'm trying to compare fast food and this casual dining, that's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of getting it to go, because that's the comparison. I'm not sitting down in McDonald's or even Taco Bell. So when I'm comparing apples and apples here, I'm not sitting down at a Chili's. I can't tell you the last time I sat down at any of these restaurants. It's always getting it to go. But I don't think, like, if you're sitting in the restaurant, they're bringing you chips and salsa. So it's not like that you get it for free sitting in there. You've got to, I think it may be to delivery or carry out only.
Okay. That's what I want clarification on, because I don't know.
Again, I haven't sat in a Chili's in years, so I don't know.
If you do the 3 for me, in addition to your big smasher burger, you can choose your appetizer of chips and salsa, house salad, potato soup, enchilada soup, chili, and then they have some upgrades that you can choose if you want to spend more. So you get the app, you get the burger, you get the fries, you get the drink. You're telling me you're not walking away from that full?
Yeah.
For $5 less?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you are. You're definitely.
That's why...
absolutely the better value. But, you got a difference in content.
Sure.
But even they have lunch favorites. The Big Smasher burger meal is $13.39. So, for lunch, which the Big Smasher is included in the 3 for me.
Yes.
For $4 less than just the meal.
What?
Hold on. How is this? Their lunch Big Smasher is $13.33, but you can get the 3 for me at any time.
At any time.
And get that burger plus an appetizer.
That one doesn't come with it. What a ripoff.
Wow. So again, same as fast food. Look at the menus, dig deep. Okay, if you're trying to pinch the pennies, this is how you do it. Play the music. For copyright reasons, we can't, but you know what music I'm talking about. What other restaurants are on our list?
Hang on. I'm just trying to finish.
We're still on Chili's, sorry.
Yeah, I'm still on the Chili's. They are offering free chips and salsa to members of their My Chili's reward program. To receive the free chips and salsa, members must visit a participating Chili's at least once every 45 days and spend a minimum of $5. So, I guess that's it. According to... That was an AI overview. I want to know what Chili says. Okay.
Chili's, we demand information.
Let me give you, here's Chili's. Free chips and salsa or a non-alcoholic beverage by visiting participating Chili's at least once every 45 days. Plus rewards for free menu items and more by signing up for My Chili's Rewards. So you can get chips and salsa or a drink.
Okay.
If you go once every 45 days.
But I swear we haven't gone in 45 days and I can get it right now.
Let's order.
We'll do that Monday with our haggis. What else?
No, that's shepherd's pie.
Sorry, shepherd's pie.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Let me tell you, I think this is one of the most overrated places as he hits
we're going to put it number 4 then.
As he hits the bell.
I love B-dubs. What's your problem with B-dubs?
I think that the value
value is probably
for
not there.
what you get.
But here's the deal. Any place that you're going to get wings, your value is off.
And quality. I think Wingstop is probably better.
I agree. Wingstop is not in the conversation here, though. It's not it's not a casual dining place.
It is fast casual dining.
It's fast casual. This is closer to fast food. This is in your Starbucks, Chipotle.
Okay, again, but so is Fazoli's, which is why I didn't take Olive Garden, because I think that there is a better option.
But it's not in the conversation. It's not in the conversation, though. So why factor that in?
It's a factor.
How is it? It's a factor. It's not the factor, though. We're not just talking value.
No. We're talking overall. So if another place has better value and better food, why would I choose to go to the less value, worse quality location?
Well, you may not, but...
I'm asking why you would.
Because I like the experience at Buffalo Wild Wings is often better than a Wingstop. They have a
timeout. This is not on the list. Okay, so I don't know where this ranks.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
No, what I'm going to interject with is you said experience.
Yeah,
Walk-Ons versus Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, I guess Walk-Ons is a national chain, isn't it?
It's a national chain. I would say it's casual dining. It's not listed in the top 20 here, but we do have that one. To me, the experience, the food, everything was vastly superior to Buffalo Wild Wings.
I think the experience is probably similar.
Okay.
I don't think there was a big difference in that. The food is better at Walk-Ons.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think
the value might have been even better.
You're not wrong.
So I would put those two things, even though one's wings and one's Cajun, I would put them in the same space because they're competing for the same group of people.
That's a good point, yeah.
Okay.
That's a good point. I can get with you on that that one.
I would say Walk-Ons deserves.
It
was good food too.
I'm thinking about hitting the button
for a casual chain. I was very impressed with Walk-Ons.
I was too.
Just throwing that out. I'm just trying to help you. I'm trying to make sure that we drill down and get the best 8 casual.
You're not wrong there. But let's talk about Buffalo Wild Wings for a second, because I do like Buffalo Wild Wings. I think they're fine, okay? I'm not saying they're the best thing here, and I was going to put them 4 regardless. But I think I've always... Now, I don't go there often, but every time I've been there, I've had a good experience. And it's usually with a big group of people. Now, I don't drink alcohol, so, the whole... The beer side of things, I'm not getting into. But... Their flavor of wings are always really good. The food, the other food options they have are always really good. It's a great place to watch a game. But you're right, I didn't consider walk-ons because I've been there one time, but it was a great experience.
Same, only that once together. But
Buffalo Wild Wings is the 9th fastest growing. They grew 2.8% in 2023. I don't know.
So they have value bundles. 20 boneless wings, fries, $16.99. I think that's the same exact price as Wingstop's deal.
Is it? Oh, I guess boneless, yeah. I always get bone in if I can help it.
Traditional.
What's their 8-piece bone in? Do you see that there? That's probably not a value bundle.
Value bundle is 10 traditional wings and fries, $17.50.
Okay, that's probably $1 more than Wingstop, if I remember right, because I had them today at Wingstop for lunch. And I feel like they were around the $16 mark. I didn't get it, but I feel like, because I looked, I was like, what's the difference? And I remember seeing it somewhere in the dollar range.
Wing combos, 10-piece wing combos, $15.29.
Okay, yeah. So you're talking about a buck more. For probably a better wing at Wingstop. Yeah. Okay.
I think so.
It may come off the board then. You have convinced me. It may come off the board. Did you call it overrated or just bad?
No, I called it overrated.
Overrated? Okay.
I wouldn't call it bad.
Yeah. What else we got? I have to blow through some of these.
Red Lobster comes in number 5.
I'm tempted. I'm taking it.
You're taking it.
I'm going to take Red Lobster. I don't know what my number 1's going to be. This is one of the few episodes where I don't know going into it what a clear, defined winner is going to look like. I'm going to put it tentatively, though, at a number 2. You a fan of the lobster? Or are you going to pee all over it, too?
I think that it is still lacking.
You do?
Great biscuits. I like their Caesar salad. Actual entrees.
Yeah.
Subpar.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking, the best things there are going to be your fried dishes.
Yes.
I think as far as value
Walt's favorite
goes,
shrimp is good.
The coconut shrimp is really good.
Shrimp is good. Yeah.
Your fried fish is usually pretty good. Your fish sandwiches are really good. Yeah. Tacos.
No complaints.
But if you're looking for more than that, if you're looking for, a nice grilled dish or something healthy, you're probably not finding it Red Lobster.
If I'm thinking of the best casual dining places, Red Lobster just doesn't hit it for me. Are they growing? Are they experiencing?
Well, they went bankrupt, so probably not.
This says 700 locations. What does that say?
This says 649.
So I wonder if that takes into the account all the ones that they cut
2023, is that when they started that? I think that lines up right. That was the year that I think they went belly up. So they probably added a few since then.
Outback Steakhouse.
If they're trying to read back. Oh gosh, yeah. Who hit that?
You got it.
Okay. I'm gonna
yeah, now do you want Buffalo Wild Wings on your stupid bracket? No, I don't think so. Golly.
Okay, talk about Outback while I figure out.
Well, it's on the blobby, friend. Was that a good Australian accent? Are our Australian or our Aussie friends down under? Are they upset with my?
What was under? What was that?
I don't know. I felt like a Link trying to do an Australian accent.
Outback is number 21. They actually reduced locations. They reduced by 3% in 2023 to 672 is what we have listed here. So, tell us about it.
What needs to be said about Outback? the home of the Bloomin' Onion. It's blooming. I think that the Bloomin' Onion, I think the Bloomin' Onion is one of the most iconic restaurant dishes that exist.
Agreed.
It's good. I would prefer to have just onion tanglers.
You think?
The problem with one of those Bloomin' Onion styles is that the bottom gets a little bit soggy and everything sometimes down in the middle doesn't get super crisp.
I agree with that, but the tanglers, and I love tanglers too, don't get me wrong, but sometimes you don't get any onion in it. It's just so thin and small they evaporate out.
But there is something fun about, just picking out an onion petal.
Yeah.
But onion petals, I said onion tanglers and I meant onion petals.
Yeah.
That's what I would go for, because then you're getting an entire coated crispy onion petal.
I agree with that. I love onion petals.
But it's a rite of passage to go to Outback and get a Bloomin' Onion.
Great steak.
There was a time that I would have, fought you in the backyard over who had the best casual dining steak, and I would have said, Outback.
Outback's probably top 3 still.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd put them top 3.
Longhorn, Roadhouse, Outback.
Sure.
That's probably.
I think so.
But they've got great sides. They've got great other entrees as well. I wouldn't know. I usually get steak when I go there. But they've got good appetizers in addition to the Bloomin' Onion. They've got other
They
things.
do have some other good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think it quite qualifies. For me, it doesn't reach the value fast food level that I'm looking, that metric.
And that may hurt them. If they don't figure out some kind of value, they may not rebound like a Chili's is right now.
TGI Fridays. Y'all remember the Thank God It's Fridays
Yeah.
commercials?
I was always a fan of TGI Fridays, but again, them and Applebee's are the same restaurant. Yeah, I mean,
You slap the different logo on there. It's
exactly right. I mean, like if I was blindfolded and walked in, I wouldn't know.
Nope. Cheesecake Factory comes in at number 8. We don't have one. Memphis, I think, has one.
I think you're right. Cheesecake Factory comes in at number 6 on
Really?
the fastest growing. They're up to 215 restaurants in 2023, up 3%, 3.4%.
I have only been to Cheesecake Factory twice.
Same.
And I have only eaten cheesecake there.
Same again. I take that back. One time I did have a bite of somebody else's salad.
Okay. I feel like I've heard that their food is pretty good. I think they have a menu that is about the size of the dictionary.
Yes.
They cook everything from breakfast to steak to pasta to they do it all.
At this point, they won't change that. Like it's in the zeitgeist now. Like they can't change it now. So it doesn't matter if their business model says they don't need to anymore. They're not going to change it. They're going to go down with the ship.
I'm typically not a fan of a place that's like, hey, we do taco, spaghetti, pizza, Swedish food. We do it all. I don't like that. Yeah. I like find what you do well and do that.
Their cheesecakes are good.
Cheesecake is good.
They're very good. I need to look at the menu. I don't know about value, but
I don't. To me, last time I remember looking at their menu, I know the cheesecake ain't got no value to it.
No, those are expensive.
They're proud of their cheesecake, let me tell you. I'm not going to take them. I know it's sort of to me, Cheesecake Factory still has that special quality about it, like Red Lobster, Olive Garden used to.
Do you think it's just a rarity thing?
I think it's because of how rare it is.
Yeah, I mean,
if every city had a Cheesecake Factory, it would be no different than Chili's or Olive Garden or any of these other places.
The Korean fried cauliflower.
Okay, are you at P.F. Chang's menu?
No, this is cheesecake. It looks good, but I know it's going to be cauliflower underneath that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Street corn, tacos, fried zucchini, Brussels sprouts, salads.
Avocado tacos? That's taco stuff in a fried avocado. What are they doing at Cheesecake Factory?
I have a real issue with fried avocado.
I know you don't like warm avocado.
Nope. It shouldn't be a thing.
You gotta try it though. It's delicious.
I'll try cheeseburger spring rolls.
I'm all over that. That sounds great.
Give me that.
Crispy crab bites. But see, right here you got Tex-Mex egg rolls, chicken pot stickers, and roadside sliders, and Thai chili shrimp, all right next to each other on this menu. It makes no sense, and those are just appetizers. My gosh, their website menu is also just as...
Half the internet is taken up with their menu.
I can't get to prices. I don't feel like putting in a different location right now.
Cracker Barrel comes up next on the list.
Ooh. I'm going to give it to you.
I'm not taking it.
You're not taking Cracker Barrel?
I'm not taking it.
I thought if anybody... Come on, you still got 3 spots left.
I do got 3 spots left, but I'm afraid there's some good spots here that we're not getting.
Remove it. Take it off later. At some point, we're going to change that
Cracker
rule.
Barrel, you're number 4.
At some point, we're going to change the rule where you can take stuff off, but right now, it's still there.
Cracker Barrel's number 4. They're the last 4 in.
Okay. By the way, I have removed Red Lobster from my bracket.
You removed Red Lobster, but not Buffalo Wild Wings?
Yes. Controversial, yes, but that's
over
what
there.
I've done.
Okay. What are we talking about? Oh. What are we talking about? Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. Comes in number 17 on this list. They reduced by 0.6%. So they closed just a couple of stores. They're up to 660 locations.
I remember reading recently they've made some waves redoing their menu.
Oh, really?
I think prices might have gone up some. Cracker Barrel may not be doing the thing right.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Are they in the
I
danger
enjoyed to go
zone?
there eat some breakfast, though.
Breakfast is about the only thing I've ever eaten in Cracker Barrel. I've been there a few times to get dinners or something when you're on the road or something because you know it's going to be consistent.
You ever had the rainbow trout?
I didn't even know that existed there.
They have rainbow trout on
I mean, if I'm eating a dinner or something at Cracker Barrel or a lunch, it's going to be a burger. I think I've had the club sandwich there.
Erica says they have some of the best fried chicken she's
I've
ever
heard
had.
fried chicken and chicken fried chicken fried steaks.
Chicken and
stuff
dumplings
like that.
are good there?
So your home stuff. I don't
Southern
think about
food.
rainbow trout when I think about Cracker
Simple,
Barrel.
fancy.
I used to hate their syrup, their maple syrup.
Really?
When I was a kid, I did because I think I was so used to like pancake syrup,
okay.
you know, that when I actually tasted some
The real
maple,
deal?
I didn't like it as much. But I've grown to love it.
I like their hash brown casserole.
That is good.
I like the hash brown casserole.
Yeah, they do breakfast really well. Biscuits are really good.
It's a fun place to go, casual dining. A lot of times, I know you said on vacation that you shouldn't stop at that. Sometimes, though, on vacation, it used to be a tradition for us that when we were headed out, that was our first stop. And we'd stop and get breakfast there.
Yeah, we'd always hit
know.
Memphis Cracker Barrel or something on the way down. Yeah.
So I associate it, with some fun, some nostalgia.
Yeah, same here.
There's, they got all the rockers, the checkers, the whatever that game is that you play on the table.
Yeah, the triangle with the
Are you smart
golf
enough to do this?
Ignoramus,
Yeah. P.F. Chang's.
Man, I
can't believe you're not taking that.
because I know you're not going to. I love P.F. Chang's. You're not.
It's
you're
good.
You're an Asian food hater.
It's good. I would eat there 8 times out of 10 over Buffalo Wild Wings.
That's enough for me. I'm going to take it.
Lettuce wraps are phenomenal. Their orange chickens. I've never had anything bad at P.F. Chang's. Okay, it's good.
Again, in the great state of Arkansas, there's not many here, if any.
It says that they've just got over 200 locations.
Yeah, this says they are growing again, so they're up 0.4% from the year before. So 224 locations at the end of 2023. I love P.F. Chang's. Their crab fried rice is great. I've never had anything I've eaten at P.F. Chang's and gone, I didn't like that.
And here's why they deserve to be on this list, because they are in a space that nobody else is doing nationally.
There's not a lot as far as this level. You've got Panda which is lower.
Yes. At this level, it's Chang's and who?
I mean,
like WHO.
Yeah.
Not like HU.
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't. I mean, as far as a national brand, I can't think of anything. Because a lot of Chinese places are mom and pop places.
They are.
It's
and some are really, really good.
Really good. But
this is a very worthy national chain to be top 8.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, here's one that I hear a lot of friends talk about. This one's, I would say, is in the echelon of being up here at the very top tier of fancy, and that's Bonefish Grill.
I love me some
Never been to a Bonefish.
Really?
The name's just always weirded me out. And
It's really
I've not
good.
wanted to go. Is it seafood?
It's seafood. Yeah. It's really, really good. The last time I went, though, was not great.
Really?
I used
Isn't
to
it
love
pricey?
It's a little bit pricey. I wouldn't consider it value at all. Although I think they're coming down, and that might be why the quality wasn't as good. Was not impressed the last time I went.
If you join their rewards program, you get $10 off your first visit. So that probably tells you that you're looking at some some money there if they're going to give you $10 off.
This would be a date night place for us back whenever we did that before we had kids.
Okay.
So this is, I mean, it's nice. It's
lobster bisque.
They've got great food.
Crab.
But again, last time I went, I was not impressed with a lot of the things they had. They took a long time to get it to. Now, it could have just been a bad day. Every restaurant has bad days. And I think we went at a weird time. I think we went at like 4:30 just because we were trying to get back before Ellie's bedtime. That was the rare date night, you know. But usually really, really good.
Next up, Longhorn Steakhouse.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that.
Numero uno.
No, that's number one. Which this is like Bonefish. This is creeping up toward nice restaurant territory.
Yes, it is.
I would consider it a nice restaurant.
We went here for our anniversary when we were in Colorado this fall. You know, it's a little fancier than Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
You know, you're not throwing peanut shells on the floor.
Right, exactly.
Nothing wrong with that. Texas Roadhouse is a fun atmosphere, but Longhorn is just a hair nicer. Really good food.
Yeah.
It is close to me between Roadhouse and Longhorn, but I give the edge to Longhorn.
Same.
I give the bread and the salad at Roadhouse.
Yeah.
To me is better. Longhorn gets the edge on the steak.
Their sides.
And their sides.
Their sides are so good.
They are. Whether it's the Brussels, whether it's the mac and cheese, whether it's the fries.
Fries are good, yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of the Roadhouse fries either. And I know you're probably not either because you're not a big steak fan, a steak fry fan.
Longhorn comes at number 7 as far as fastest growing group, just shy of 2%. Only 578 locations. I thought they might have more than that. That's a great pick for number 1.
Right behind them is Texas Roadhouse.
Roadhouse is 4th on the fastest growing at just shy of 4%.
See, I feel like I am seeing more and more Roadhouses.
I am
we
too.
just got our own. You know, it's a big deal for
They have
our
638 locations, and I'm going to go ahead and take Roadhouse.
Okay, that's what I was hoping. It definitely is a top 8. Is it your number 1?
No, I don't know yet.
Do you have a number 1?
I don't have a number 1. I'm going to move Outback to 3 and Roadhouse to 2. I don't know if there is a number 1. That mall might shift up.
Okay.
That might shift up.
Look, what I have discovered is an advantage to Roadhouse right now is if your toddler is a little bit noisy at times.
In Roadhouse?
Nobody at Roadhouse knows it.
I have not eaten inside of ours yet.
Have you not?
I've had it like 10 times, and we get it just to go every time.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, we don't eat at restaurants hardly ever anymore when it's so convenient just to get it and take it home. You know, order on an app, go pick it up, and
now I will tell you, while I think that Longhorn,
you don't have to tip. It's great.
That is an advantage. True. While I do think Longhorn has my favorite steak, and that's the ribeye.
Yeah.
We have been on this kick of getting the big sirloin.
Oh, the sirloin.
The sirloin at Roadhouse.
Okay.
And it's really good.
Yeah.
We'll split it because it's 16 ounces, so we each take an 8-ounce portion of it, medium rare, and it's really good.
We've been doing that with the ribeye.
Okay.
You know, because it's better steak.
My problem is I have done the ribeye the last 3 times at Roadhouse, and they have messed it up all 3 times. And so I was just like, I'm tired of having issues with my bone-in ribeye here. Let me try this sirloin. And I've been very happy with it.
It's got enough fat content in there.
At medium rare, I have found it to be incredibly juicy.
Okay.
Not dry in the least. We are thrilled with it.
My dad might crucify me if I were to get a sirloin, but
I know. I make fun of my friends, but I've got one friend who's like, sirloin is so much better than ribeye, and he hates fatty food.
Okay.
So I said, he wanted to take us out a while back. I said, hey, in honor of you, I'm getting the sirloin. He's like, no, you need to get a ribeye. I said, I'm getting the sirloin. You want to see it? I tried it, and I was like, hey, This is a really good sirloin.
Okay.
I've had it 3 times since.
Interesting.
We split it. We add an extra salad and an extra side, and it's like $25 for all of that. If we both went to a fast food place, we're probably...
That's true.
It's not much more than fast food for us to get
We have definitely started at places like that, splitting.
Yes.
We've never usually would split stuff, but because we usually don't like the same things all the time. But at a place like Roadhouse, we will, because we both are going to get steak. And if you both get, a 12-ounce steak, well, I'll be able to finish it, but like she's not going to finish hers.
Right.
And you end up having leftovers. I probably don't need to finish it anyway. So getting, a nice 16-ounce or even a 20-ounce, you're saving a ton of money.
You are. And
I usually eating Ellie's stuff anyway. We order her some chicken strips, and then
I think that they have a really well-priced kids menu.
I agree with that. Yeah,
I think the value at Roadhouse is exceptional.
it's great value
across the board. I think that they're probably a better value than Longhorn is.
I don't know what would be. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and put it number 1. The only reason I hesitate is because that puts 2 steakhouses at number 1 and another one at number 3. But I'll go ahead.
Americans like their steak.
Yeah,
Craig and Aaron like their steak.
we did a this is kind of like Christopher Nolan all over again, because we did a steakhouse episode. What else is on the list? Anything else of note?
They list O'Charlie's and Maggiano's Little Italy.
Lydia.
Little Italy.
Okay. I can round it out here on this one. So this one, again, the fastest growing. Dave & Buster's is number 1, which I'm tempted to put that on here.
I've never been. So
Have you not? The food's okay, but you get arcades.
games. It's adult Chuck E. Cheese.
Someplace called First Watch. I have never heard of this in my life.
Nope.
But First Watch is at number 2. BJ's, tempting. They're at number 3 as far as growth goes, 4.7%. BJ's is really good. You gonna take BJ's?
No, I'm just waiting for you to get done so I can take my final one. I only have one spot left.
I think I do too, and I think I know what you're taking, because I was gonna take it too. I mean, don't wait on me. Just go ahead if you want to. 'Cause if you wait too long, I want to take it.
I want to put cheddars on my list.
Oh, okay.
I want to put cheddars
3.
on my list. What do I have number 2?
Chili's. Again,
Yes, I would like to put cheddars. I would like to put cheddars number 2.
Okay.
The problem is we don't have
like
one.
to. Yeah.
Convenience. That's why Chili's is getting the bump in front of me for that. But cheddars, I wish we would get a cheddars, because we don't really have anything
Like that. Yeah.
Just sort of the American dining. It's a little different than Chili's.
It's different than Chili's. It's different than Cracker Barrel.
Yes.
Like,
It reminds me of
menu
Dixie
is-
Cafe that we used to have.
Yeah, the menu is similar to Cracker Barrel except for the breakfast, but the vibe is different.
It is.
It's a less southern vibe.
Yeah, it's just
Not
sort
that
of
it's better.
a nice
Yeah.
casual dining experience. I love their honey butter croissants.
Oh, they're so
their chicken tenders are great.
Their tenders are great.
They
Their
have
burgers are good.
And again, I haven't been in a few years, but they used to have that combo deal where you could get sirloin and ribs, or sirloin and shrimp, or sirloins and chicken.
And
it was a pretty good value.
Yeah, it was a great value.
I don't know if it still is or not.
Broccoli cheddar.
Their broccoli cheddar casserole
that's so good.
It is out of the world.
Yeah. That's a great one. Since you took that, I'm going to take walk-ons. I'm going number 2 at walk-ons.
I want to do some rearranging on my list.
Okay.
I would like to move Chili's to number 1.
Chili's goes number 1.
Chili's goes number 1.
That's a surprise. Longhorn 2.
I want to move Longhorn to 2 again for convenience reasons and for the value metric of all of this. I can have Chili's whenever I want it. It's going to take an effort for me to go to Longhorn. It's a little fancier. What I'm going to get there is, so for all of that, I think Chili's ticks off all the different boxes that are there. Variety.
I'm not mad at that.
So
I'm tempted about taking Outback off. I haven't decided
when
yet.
you hear your family.
That's where I think I'm thinking about going. Let me round this out. We had BJ's, Texas Roadhouse, Olive Garden, Cheesecake Factory, Longhorn, Cheddar's, Buffalo Wild Wings. Brahms is on the list as the 10th fastest growing. I don't know that it's national though yet.
Wait, that can't be the same Brahms.
I don't know that. Is there sit down locations somewhere that we don't know about? Because it's number 10 here, growing at 2.6%, up to 310 locations, unless there's a different Brahms out there. P.F. Chang's at 11. Bob Evans comes in at 12. IHOP is growing, believe it or not. Chili's, Waffle House, Applebee's, Cracker Barrel, Red Lobster, Denny's. I'm tempted to put Denny's just for my own personal nostalgia. We used to go all the time, like 2 a.m. in Fayetteville, and I'm really tempted.
The Grand Slam is one of my favorite.
Yeah. See, that's why I'm tempted either Olive Garden or Denny's in the 4 spot, moving P.F. Chang's. I'm going to do it. I'm taking Outback out
Okay.
for just some variety.
I think that's a good decision.
P.F. Chang's is going to move to 3. If it'll work with me. Sorry, podcast listener, and honestly, video people for just watching me do this right now. I haven't decided what I'm going to put it for yet. Red Robin, Outback, Ruby Tuesday. We haven't mentioned Ruby Tuesday a lot. Bonefish, Hooters.
Really?
If we're talking about wings, Hooters decreased by 4.2%. I wonder why in this day and age. So there you go.
How many... just to circle back to Brahms, how many locations did you say it says they have?
This says that they have 310 locations.
Okay, as of today, Brahms operates 303 stores according to ChatGPT.
Okay.
On this, so it may be the same exact. I would not call them that. If that is them, they don't belong in this spot.
I wouldn't either.
That is just fast food. It's not even fast casual. Great local, regional fast food place.
Okay, Aaron.
What have you decided to do?
I have a play in because I can't decide. Denny's or Olive Garden, you're going to be the decider here.
Denny's or Olive Garden?
What gets the 4 seed? What moves on, makes it in? This is the wild card round.
OG.
Olive Garden. Okay. All right, we have our bracket filled out then. Is there any place we're missing? Any place where we're leaving out? I don't think so.
I mean, I'm sure there's some that we've overlooked, but
I can't think of anything well in that space at least. Okay. I think we're good. Ready to bracket?
Yep.
If you want to be the best, you have to beat the rest. This is the Best Things Bracket.
What is the best casual dining restaurant in 2025? Let's answer that question. Round 1, we have Chili's versus Olive Garden. 3, 2, 1. Chili's. We have Longhorn versus P.F. Chang's. 3, 2, 1. Longhorn. Texas Roadhouse versus Cracker Barrel. 3, 2, 1.
Longhorn.
That wasn't an option.
Oh, wait. Oh, it was Roadhouse, wasn't it?
It was Texas Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Yeah. Walk-Ons versus Cheddars. This is a tough first round matchup. 3, 2, 1. Cheddars. More well-rounded.
Yes, it is. You got to be a sports fan. You got to like Cajun food.
Yeah. Chili's versus Longhorn.
Ooh.
3, 2, 1. Longhorn.
Chili's.
Chili's 1 to 10. 3, 2, 1. 7. 15. Longhorn 3, 2, 1. 9. Longhorn takes it.
Probably deservedly so.
Yeah. If both of them are sitting there, I'm going to Longhorn. I'm not going to Chili's. Value plays a role. Yes.
In my mind, I'm just thinking of your average family going out on a weeknight. Where are you taking the family to go? And it's probably not.
What it is? Then yeah. Best one is what our favorite restaurant it is. Our camera stopped recording again. I don't know when it stopped recording.
Golly!
What in the world is going on? I know it was recording for a long time, and it just, I don't know. Anyway, all that to say, whatever you saw on YouTube.
Hey, welcome back in, viewers.
Yeah. If maybe I should just leave a really long black spot because y'all missed a lot. We really had an existential moment. This rarely do. Oftentimes we'll say, "Hey, go watch the video" because of something stupid we've done. This is one of the rare moments YouTube viewers. That's the real.
There you go.
Y'all need to go listen to the audio because it was a trip because our camera kept going out. Anyway, a lot happened, but all in all to say, before you hit the drive-through, consider pulling out the app and seeing what sit-down places can get some curbside to go if you don't have time to go in and sit down. But even grab a friend, go sit down, enjoy a sit-down restaurant. Get that free bread, man.
Yeah. Or free chips and salsa.
Yeah, whatever. Or Cheddar Bay biscuits, whatever floats your boat, whatever tickles your fancy. All right, you got anything?
Nope. I just hope we made the right decision.
I think we did. I feel good. All righty. That's it for the best thing.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Are we putting it up against
Oh, that's right.
our best thing?
Well, I was just ready to end the episode. I'm so out of sorts.
It's been an episode.
You're right. We do have to do that, don't we?
It may be the best thing today, but is it the best thing of all time? It's time for the best thing battle.
So, usually when I say, you have anything else? It's usually, no, we're good. I'm glad we ask that every time. So we have Cheddar's versus pepperoni pizza. 3, 2, 1. Pizza.
Yeah, it's not a contest.
Yeah. No. If those two things are sitting next to each other, we're drifting over to pizza every time. And for me, that is still it's just out of reach because I don't get to have it very often.
No.
Okay, now do you have anything else?
Don't have anything else.
Nothing. All right, that'll do it then for the best things. I'm Craig.
I'm Aaron.
We'll talk at you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can see more videos from us. Craig, Aaron, what are you still doing? Go click the video.